how can I make this something that people will actually want to come to, right? Because it's really easy to say, come to this room. The hardest part, I imagine, in hosting an event is actually getting people there. The hardest part for me is coming up with the concept that actually gets people to derive value from the event, right? So this one that we just did in New York for New York Tech Week was really interesting because the idea that I had was basically the way Bulletpitch works. These founders get featured. They end up raising money just because investors look at the company. They really like it. How can I basically recreate that in the span of 3 hours? And so the solution was every company that wants to come to this event can submit their logo, and I'll put it on the massive billboard in front of the entire audience, right? And what happened was all these founders were like, oh my God, everyone in this room, whether they know my company or not, is going to be able to see it. And I'm going to be able to take a picture of my massive logo in the venue that I probably wouldn't have had access to ever doing. And I'm going to be able to put it on my LinkedIn and say, look at us, we're growing so quickly. And anyone who wasn't at that event would be like, wow, they got their logo up there. That's pretty cool, right? And by the way, whose logos are underneath it? Google and Fidelity and Citizens Bank. Like, that's pretty impressive. And so that was the premise of this event. And then you basically build it all out around that. So, okay, founders are coming, great. They're going to be able to submit their logos. Investors are coming. They know that the founders are going to be really excited about this, so they'll probably be here. And then, of course, you have your sponsors who you got to make sure meet the founders, meet the investors in the room. How do you position them very well? Well, they know everyone else is excited about it. You prep them a little bit before. That's just the logistics part on like what is the event. And then there's, of course, like find a venue. Are we doing bar minimum? Are we paying outright? All those types of things kind of go into it too. And then it's like, are we going to do a photo booth? Are we going to have a step and repeat? All those like little intricate details, which like, frankly, I'm still doing.
Like who decides on the food and the catering and the music and the tables? Like, I don't even know what goes into that. Are you renting from one company? Are there multiple companies?
It depends on the event, right? So like the one we did in Austin, like we did have help on the ground, which was nice, but it was like, I find a carnival tent pop-up place. We have the venue.
So wild.
And then we kind of like bring it all together. I know the costs going into the carnival. I know what the sponsorship costs are going to be. And we make money.